Just really excited about, obviously every win's a big win. Every win is hard. I think it's hard for people to understand that. And I thought tonight we played a really complete game. I thought, really 40 minutes, even in the first half, you're up 5. But with that being said, I think they hit a bank shot 3 at the buzzer. And then they had another play where we stopped them for 29.5 seconds. They threw an air ball up, and then there was a foul on the block out, and they scored off that. So the point being, if you take those away, we really probably held them close to 27 points in the first half. And I think for our team, everyone knows we're pretty good offensively, and I think we've really taken a step on that defensive end over the past 3-4 weeks. We held these guys under 40%, and this is one of the hardest offenses to guard in the league. So I'm just really proud of our guys. I thought their attention to detail, I thought their preparation all week was great, starting with Tuesday, Wednesday, today's pregame practice. And it was, like Michael said, 21 assists on 29 made shots, really unselfish, but that's who we've been all year long. So tremendous effort. Now we got to enjoy tonight, as they say, and then lock in, because now we got one day to get ready for our next one.
All right, well, open up questions.
Coach, another efficient night from St. Thomas, 20 points. Can you talk about his play overall this evening?
Yeah, I thought St. was great. And it's interesting to look at the stat sheet with him being 8 for 15, because I think one of my assistants said at one point he was 1 for 6. So if my math's right, I think he hit 7 of his last 9 shots, I think. But I thought he played a really good game, and it's not the scoring so much, it's the 8 assists, and he really could have had 10, 11, 12 assists. We missed some really good looks where he would have gotten an assist. And so, he plays really hard. I probably kept him in for too long a stretch in the second half. He started getting tired, kept him in the first 13 minutes of the second half. But at the end of the day, when you got the best player in the league, it's hard to take him out, And so I thought he did a great job. He also did a great job. He got the foul the first possession of the game. Now, I'll play guys with 2 fouls in the first half, but when you get a foul with 19 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half, as a player, you have to be very mature to not get that second foul, because they were going at it. They're trying to draw the second foul, and your technique has got to be really good. So, no, he had a great game.
He had a milestone, by the way, 500 points, 250 rebounds, 100 assists in the same season. What does that say to his effort and his ethic for this program?
Yeah, obviously just an all-around, player. And the stat that doesn't get measured is he's one of the best defenders that really I've been around. So, and there's no stat for that. Well, you're a great defender because he rebounds. Well, that's just part of it. It's hard to measure someone's defensive impact on the game. We had the best defender in the history of the league in Jonah Radabaugh, right? He was the defense player of the year 3 of 4 years, and the only year he didn't get, he should have got it. And when you have a defender that really impacts the game, it as a coach. So that's a big part for St. too. But yeah, 500, 250, and 100. And last time I checked, we got several games left still. So it's not like the season's over. So he's just going to keep adding on to that.
And on top of that, he's close to 50 steals and 25 blocks, just to add to the defensive numbers.
Yeah.
No players ever had that many in any of those categories.
Combined.
3 of those categories,
Yeah.
much less 5.
It's impressive. Yeah, and he's obviously a great player. Just a great player.
Coach, not big minutes from Theo. He was on the bench in the first half. Really was able to finish, catch and finish.
Man,
those when you needed a little bit of life.
Huge. I thought Theo was great. He needed a game like that. Theo's a big piece of this, and for him to catch and to finish, to go 3 for 3, and to hit 1 or 2 free throws, because he's had a few issues that. On a similar topic, Langston going 4 for 4 from the free throw line. That's a big deal. And so. But no, I was really super happy for Theo, and that's what's so exciting about our team. Like, okay, Riley didn't make shots tonight like he usually does. He's gonna make it. You know what I mean? He's gonna make it for the next game, and that's the thing is that if one player's not having their typical output, someone else steps up. And I thought that Theo did a great job tonight. And you couple that from our post position with what Brock did, going 9 for 12. Now you got 2 post players going 12 for 15. That is really good. So I was really proud about that. It's a good question.
Coach, speaking of Brock, he's going to get upset with you. You keep pulling him out with 19 points. That's his career high, 3rd time this year. But
it's Brock's fault. He missed a free throw, man. It's his fault. But no, he's been great, and 9 of 12, but then 9 of 11 from 2. And for Brock, he's a guy that when he touches the ball, not just myself, but I think our whole team thinks he's going to make that shot interior 4 out of 5 times. He literally was shooting like 70% from the field. But the last couple games, he's been at like 40 or 50%, which is not bad. But for Brock standards, it's not what it usually is. And so for him to hit a 9 for 12 tonight, I think for his psyche, it's really good too. Just making those.
He's got 25 career double-doubles with 19 of them this year in 27 games.
Who does?
Brock, he has 19 this year and 27. He only had 6 last year.
19, he had 19.
Double-figure scoring games.
Double figure games. Okay. Wrap my head around this. It's been a long day. I thought you said double doubles. I'm like, wait a second. Yeah. So no, I mean, it's just he's a big part of our offense, and you look at it like, okay, Saints averaging 20. You know, DeJour's about 15, 16. Really, and Brock around 11 apiece. And you also look at too. Brock had 19 tonight. Jaren's had production where it's been 26, 27. I don't know how you guard us. You got to make decisions. And so I think that's what's so cool about this team. And the one guy that hasn't had a huge offensive output, but he's capable, is Riley Abercrombie. Riley had 28 last year against Weber State. And so we just have so many different guys that can step up, and it makes us dangerous because if someone's having an off night, not just one player steps up, like 3 players can step up and really produce. So it's a big part of what we are.
Big one coming out, Coach, on Saturday. Eastern Washington lost tonight. Now you guys have a chance to leapfrog them on Saturday. So thoughts going into that matchup?
No, that's great. No, I mean, it's just, the best part about that matchup is that our guys were mature tonight. And we told our guys on Tuesday, we're like, hey, we don't need to really have this talk because I have a lot of trust in our guys being a mature team. But let's not let this be the trap game. Because these guys, Idaho, they're good. I really believe they're good. And when you play so well up there and you beat them by 20, you think it's just going to naturally happen. That's not what it is. But our guys did a great job on Tuesday, Wednesday, practice today even, just locking in. And so we handled the task at hand. And then now, EWASH gets beat tonight. So our guys will already know that, and they're going to enjoy tonight's game. You got to enjoy the victories for sure. But then tomorrow we'll lock in, we'll go fight.
Any more questions?
Yeah, Coach, you outscored them in the paint today 44-24. Is that something you game planned for beforehand, or is that something that you noticed in the game and you adjusted?
We've just kind of morphed into that a lot, and it's not just points in the paint because of a Brock or Theo's 3 for 3. As you really watch just how much we put Saint in the post, how much we put Jaren in the post. We don't put DeJour in the post. We don't put Zach in the post, but everyone else that really played Langston, put Langston in the post, put Riley in the post. And it's just a really efficient way to score if you got good players, because not only are you at the rim, there's foul trouble too. And so it's been a big emphasis for this team to get around that rim a little bit, probably more so than we've done in the past, and it's really helped us out.
When I talk about DeJour, since he's come back from his injury and you flipped him and Zach Brown.
Yeah, he's awesome. I was really proud of him. He just, when he got hurt, and this is the day after Christmas, and we play those games, Northern Arizona, North Dakota, DU. We're playing good. I mean, we're playing really good. And the hardest thing is, okay, how do you put, obviously a good player needs to get started minutes, but how do you not mess with the chemistry and the balance of what you got going on? The only way it works is if the player buys into it. And that doesn't mean it's easy, because DeJour is a great player, but he's bought into it. And he, as you see, even tonight we pulled those guys, but he had 30 minutes tonight. He's going to play shorter minutes. We're going to get him in before the first media. But what's so big for him too is that by the time he rolls in there with 17 minutes left in the first half and second half, those other dudes that got to chase him around, they've got 3 minutes of fatigue. So now he can just go at it. And I'm just telling you, like, playing DeJour when you're tired, not fun. And so I think it's been a really good thing for him too. And we're morphing too as we're playing these 3 little guards together as well. And when they're your main 3 guards, it's really hard to start all of them because you got no one to sub in for them. And then you got all these wings sitting on the bench. So I think it's been good for our team. But the biggest reason it works is because DeJour has been selfless and he's bought into it.
Any more questions?
Yeah, you guys were able to open up the game in the second half. Was there like something specific that you changed during halftime to like?
Yeah, nothing. We just said, guys, just keep playing better, and the ball screen coverage stayed the same. I thought we just, offensively, we missed some really good shots in the first half, and then we made them in the second half. So we shot 57% in the second half as opposed to 46% in the first half. We just played a little bit better, but it was good to see us stretch that thing out for sure.
First off, your thoughts on the milestone?
It's a blessing to know that, but all I think about is we're just one game closer to our goal, and we got 4 games left now, and just ready for this next game against Eastern Washington is a big one, and it's for the #1 spot. So that's what my focus is on right now.
Talk about them. You lost a tough game to them up there at their place. Talk a little bit about what the mindset going into this game is, and what some of the things you think you have to do differently.
Really just they're a physical team. I mean, I know they had a good game plan for me. They got me out the game early. I had 2 fouls, I think, within probably maybe 3 minutes before the first media. So really just I think our game plan is really just going to the game and knowing that they're going to be physical and they're going to post us up the whole game. And I mean, probably just going to have to like I said, we can't keep complaining about foul calls or anything, and just play through it. And I think we'll be just fine playing against them.
Tonight you got an early whistle, first possession of the game.
Yeah.
You were able to play through it. We've seen you here a couple different times pick up that second foul. Growth from Eastern Washington, a learning process when you get that early whistle?
Oh yes, I mean, usually, I'd be like, oh, it's not a foul, but my hand was in there. But kind of just talking with my coaches and being more smart, because I know they give me the green light to sometimes gamble because I can make good reads on other players, but kind of just when I pick up that one, I'm more valuable on the court than on the bench. So kind of just being more smart in that category.
I thought up front tonight, Hughes played a big part in really paying dividends. I think that's going to be the X factor for you guys going into the conference tournament. Talk about the importance of having people like Hughes step up as well as you hitting Wisney and even with Reynolds.
I look at little details. It's when he comes in, I mean, Brock, I always love Brock, but he's an undersized big, and he likes to slip out of things and get little angles. But I mean, playing with Theo, he sets a hard screen, and it's kind of hard to go over those screens, and him just freeing them up was actually making me easy to get downhill and then making reads to either get it to our shooters or give it back to him. So I mean, I love playing with Theo. He's just a big guy.
You talk about making reads. You opened the game with a pass inside to Brock for the assist. Kind of out of the second half, you guys ran basically that same play, but you got it to Zach in the corner. Is that a little something you saw, or was that a play design that Coach?
Coach kind of drew it up and was because the first time you could kind of see them tagging on the backside, and he was saying just make the read. If the backside, if he comes in too much, just look him off and pass it to Z in the corner, and I mean, it worked out just perfect.
I thought you guys defended the 3-ball really well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, tonight, particularly with Zach. I call Zach the Marcus Smart of you guys' team as well. Talk about the importance of having him. A lot of times his shooting gets overlooked for his toughness that he brings.
Oh yes, I always say. I think I said last time, Zach, I think he sets the record for the most nosebleeds ever in college basketball in the season. So I said, he likes to put his nose in the play, and he's not scared. He's not our biggest guy, but I would say he's one of our toughest players on the team, if not the toughest. And he goes out there, if it's not the forward, I mean, he's guarding the best guard on their team and has to chase them around all game. Denker, he's a good player, man. He still had 23 points today, but I think Zach limited him a lot.
Was it coach's call or was it yours? This is the second time you've had 8 assists this year for your career high. Was it just something you saw, or was it part of the game plan? Because it looked like they were doubling you early.
Yes, kind of just something I seen early, with their game plan on me last time. I mean, I could tell a lot of even just different teams now. When I have the ball in the post or when I just have the ball, there's a lot of guys ball watching and kind of just looking at what I'm doing, and I'm really just. The whole time I'm just baiting them into just watching me, because I love giving my teammates the ball and love celebrating with these guys if they score too, so just as much as I score. So
speaking of that, we were talking about what you were doing tonight. There was a lot of paint touches you
did
in basketball. Talk about you guys that scored them, double them up in points in the paint. Talk about the importance of touching that paint and how that creates scoring opportunities for you guys.
I would say really early on in the year we had troubles of we're shooting maybe 43s a game, and it was just okay, we got to dial it back a little bit, because I I think we can get high and shoot the ball well, but when we get in the paint and we just have crafty guys that can just score from all different like fades to quick finishes to just like today, I think we got to a lot of post dribble downs, like how Coach Smiley said, and it kind of just wore them out, and that kind of just make the defense pay for what they give us and not just bail them out with the three.
Saint, it's been very well documented about last year. When you decided to come back and play basketball, was this what you were hoping for, or is this what you expected to be playing for a title?
This is more than what I thought. Title always on my mind. That's just the winning mentality that I've had coming from Loyola. But I would say just for me, like, man, I didn't think I would be playing the sport ever again in my life or touching the court. And I never thought of leaving Loyola. Like, I mean, those guys were my brothers, and I didn't know I could come to another team where I care about everybody on this team, and we just have a great chemistry together. And man, it's blessing. I'm very blessed to be on this team and be where I'm at today.
Got the last home game Saturday, and it's a big one against Eastern Washington. What's your message to the school to try to get them to come out and help you guys, give you the motivation you need to win that one?
I guess the message is just I don't know, just watch out for us. That's all I would say. I mean, we got something to prove this game, and I feel like we're hungry and we want this game a lot, and that's all I got to say.